Do I have background out of curiosity?
I don't know. Do you have background?
Do I have background? I can't hear myself.
Uh, nope. As far as I can
Okay.
tell. Either way. What is going on, my frosty friends? My name is Wittercastes, and welcome back to Discord Dungeons and Dragons with the Solaris, specifically with Tiny, Wanderer, Stray, and Well. Say hi, guys.
That's not my name. I told you that's not my name.
Oh, sorry. It be that way sometimes.
Peace.
Peace. Uh, Apologies ahead of time for any future watches to come back to this. I am kind of sick, so my voice is a little gone. I'm actually holding the microphone pretty close to me to kind of replicate my normal voice. So without having to put pressure on my sinuses. So with that being said, though, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter session, but it'll be a good time. Are you guys ready to get going?
Yeah. Can anyone hear me? Okay, there. Now it works.
Yes, I can.
Sorry.
I can hear you.
I just spent like the last 10 minutes trying to get it working because for some reason it seemed like no one heard me and yada yada yada.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
Like who?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Oh, also, hi, Irma. Welcome to the chat, buddy.
Hello.
With that being said, last time on D&D, the Solaris, after successfully surviving the attack of the broken skull against the capital of Westray, and essentially murdering the king. He had it coming. It's whatever.
You
guys-
100% did.
You guys decided
Was
to.
You can't murder a criminal.
I mean, fair, but still, you guys went down to confront what is happening to the city, taking the time to not only check in with some of your allies and checking in with the situations that have befallen them, making sure that they're okay, taking the time to also go across the city, finding out some of the problems that have happened and what devastation might have caused in the entirety of the battle. Taking the time, you guys were able to notice that there were more avatars in the city than you initially thought, between the fact that you knew that aside from the fact that you knew that the avatar of Baphomet, the avatar of Frazer Blue, and the avatar of, well, actually, you don't know who Vector is the avatar of.
The avatar
Of but you guys found out that you've seen a very familiar white mohawked gnoll run out of the city, and you guys met the avatar of Jubilex. An interesting development and a unique character.
and we saw creatures made by orcas.
That is very true. You guys also saw some new mutations that have been worked on with the abyssal demons.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And you guys decided to make your way back to discuss everything that you found, things that have been happening, and then decided to get some rest so that you all can be ready for the next day, as the city will have to move forward to try to progress and return to normalcy. But with that being said, in your sleep, two characters amongst your group, Belwraith and Garnan, had some visitors in their sleep. And that is where we're going to pick up. Specifically starting with Belwraith.
Uh-oh.
Okay, shut up.
So Belwraith,
No.
just a brief reminder of where you are.
Oh boy.
You woke up inside of a forest, very very lively and well taken care of forest, and you've seen symbols of apologies, I'm again my voice. And you've seen the symbols of the god of trickery, and in doing so followed them, hoping that it would lead you down to where you might need to be going inside of this predicament situation. Upon following the path that you saw fit, you found yourself in front of what appeared to be a very beautiful and well taken care of building of judgment, courthouse essentially. Going in, seeing that it's again very well taken care of. There's a judge's stand with various positions where normally a criminal, would have to stand to face what was coming to them. You've seen another very familiar symbol, the symbol of the god of order, a symbol of a god of order and chivalry, in which now you stand in the place of the judge, and you see some very familiar visages. One of a symbol of a satyr, completely purple in color, but still a humanoid face looking at you. And the other, you see a person, you can't quite make out their face. They're dressed in this very elaborate and well-polished armor, kind of giving off a bluish hue, as they both stand before you.
I want to look to the prosecution or the defense. See if I'm supposed to go where I'm supposed to go.
Well, from where we left off, you were currently where the judge normally stands, and if you were to look down, you would see hold on one second. I'm gonna pull up their name. I wrote down their names. Hold on a second.
Yen and Foldir.
Yeah, Yen, the god of chivalry, and Foldir, the god of trickery. Apologies. Yeah. But you see Foldir is sitting in the defense stance, and you see Yain in the prosecutor's location, and they're both staring up at you.
When we did this last time, I thought I was walking to the stand. All right, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Following what he knows about the court, he does the gavel thing, and sits down.
And you watch as they both decide to take a seat as well. But as you'll notice that their depositions could not be any more opposite, considering the fact that Foldir looks like he has his legs crossed and casually is leaning back in his chair, whereas Yain is holding his position, posture up, back straight.
Do I have notes or something in front of me?
You would see you know what? Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, god damn it. Please open the thing. Perception?
Yes.
Oh, 10.
You take a look around and you see some papers, but there doesn't seem to be any writing on them, as far as you can tell. And they just kind of look at you expectantly.
Court is in session.
Well, it's about time. We have some things we must discuss. That's an understatement, if I do say so myself.
Go on.
Well, I think first things first, we need to address the elephant in the room. He watches, Yain turns to Foldir about what happened at the gate. The portal into the other realm. Right. That. So, Belwraith, I think... Did you feel weird when you saw the portal?
Sorry, can you remind me what
The portal,
It's-
the portal that Fraser Blue had opened up, everybody else walked away from it and avoided it. But it's almost as if subconsciously a part of your brain was telling you to go towards it, and you almost did.
Oh, right, yeah, in the tower. Okay.
Mm-hmm. At the very top, but I say, Belwraith almost walked right into Thanatos without a second thought.
Alright. Would I have recollection of that event?
Go ahead and roll me. This would be a recollection of something that has occurred. So go ahead and just roll me a intelligence check.
Intelligence. That's gonna be a 3.
You don't know exactly. You just remember hearing that static in your head again, and all of a sudden, it's almost as if your feet and your body started to move on their own.
I'm not sure of what you're referring to. I know recently there was a brief point in time where that one, and he points to the unrecognizable figure. He took over for a minute.
And you guys just all turn and you see a fuzziness in where the jury normally is. It's kind of like looking at Misegno from Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing.
Yeah, just like it's an image that can't necessarily be defined or looked at.
It's very Eldritch Horror-esque.
Kinda, yeah. I see. And this is a bigger problem than we first thought. Without any ability to control it, or be able to suppress it, we risk losing you, especially to, well, the enemies that stand before you.
What are we to do?
Belwraith, I think it's time that we show our hand a little bit more to you. And be a little bit more honest. Well, the truth is, there's more to us than meets the eye. We, as much as we like to claim that we're all powerful gods, we kind of need you.
Just 1 second out of character.
Absolutely.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you. I'm just closing my door. I'm switching things around, moving a bit. Can you repeat the last line?
Switching things around, it sounds like you're turning the whole room inside out.
Yes, I am.
1 second out of character, fucking dies.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry, I had to say that. Back to
just had to get out of the wall real quick.
Fair enough. And
I think I'm in your kitchen, by the way.
what are you doing in my kitchen?
Oh, I'm gonna steal your food.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, there's Cajun chicken fettuccine in the kitchen, so I mean, if you're hungry.
Done.
But
What was the last line?
the last line that was said to you was by Yain saying, "We kind of need to. We need to show our. We need to be honest with you. We do need you as much as we're powerful gods. We need you, Belwraith. We can't risk losing you to him, her, whoever that is."
It. I asked, and it chooses to be an it.
Fair. But the thing is, we have a theory.
Go on.
We theorize that it might be tied to where your loyalties lied before us.
To Tyr.
Indeed. or at least an aspect of him. The thing is that this spirit or whatever that was connected to you, the thing is, it's hard for even us to identify what it is. That shouldn't be possible.
So, what's my next move?
Well, if you ask me, in my opinion, I think it's time we confront where this all started. It's time that you return back to where you came from. And we may be able to find out what exactly is tied to you. Because the truth is, Belwraith, if that happens again, we were unable to reach you or stop it from happening. We got lucky this time. What would have happened if your friends weren't nearby and you saw that portal? You would have walked right in.
Oh, I was assigned to protect Blue. I will bring this discussion up to them. However, if they decide that they do not have time, nor or some other reason why they cannot go to Padstow, that is all.
And, which I completely understand. But just know, Belwraith, we need you as much as you need us. And if something happens to you, it will happen to us as well. We can keep you safe, but we can only keep you safe for so long. We need to find out what exactly is that thing. And if we don't figure that out, the more powerful you become a potential threat.
I'm just curious, would this thing be can I see this thing growing at all? Like, what kind of vibe am I getting from it?
I will say you spent a lot of time reflecting inwards because of the fact of your connection with Foldir and Yain. Roll me just a general wisdom check because of the fact of it's your class.
Oh, why was it like 3s today? That's gonna be a 6.
I will say, because so you wouldn't notice any like excessive detail, but I will say this: you would know that this thing started intensely, and over time you've been able to regain control. But ever so slightly as time has progressed, it seems to be bouncing in and out of control. You didn't roll high enough to get any like specific details, but from what you could tell, it is becoming a problem.
I have an idea, though it may be difficult.
Oh.
I may be able to commune with Tyr, potentially, if my DM allows it.
Communing to another god. How so?
Well, I used to worship him, and I'm sure you're aware, I was fairly high ranking at that point in time. There's a chance that he might listen, however slim.
This is a difficult path you walk. You have not been a follower of his in a long time, and you may have fallen out of favor. You can potentially try this. Don't let me stop you. But the fate of the gods are very fickle. We see things very interestingly, very funny, and we see our followers a lot more precisely than we do any person just trying to commune. It's worth a shot, but there's no guarantees.
I'll try when I wake up.
In the meantime, Belwraith, we will need to continue you down your path and train you to be able to handle these situations better. Hopefully we can find a way for you to shunt this out if it tries to possess you again. But that will come with time. And you watch as this armored figure stands up. We just wanted this meeting with you to tell you that we are here, but we are becoming anxious. Some would even lesser beings than me would say worried.
I will refocus my efforts.
And that's all we can ask of you. And in the meantime, Belwraith, I would recommend leaning on your allies. If that were to happen again, the gods only know what could have happened to you.
Yain is trickery, right?
Yain, if I remember my notes correctly, is... Hold on. Did I get my notes mixed up? Hold on. I wrote them down. I wrote this down. Hold on.
Yeah, I can remember their names, but I can never remember which is which.
Hold on. That's my side notes. I need to... Oh, gosh.
I'm scrolling through too here.
Hold on. Boop.
Foldir is god of trickery.
Yeah, Foldir was the god of trickery. I figured that was the case,
Yep.
but I wanted to double check real quick.
As he finishes his sentence, I'll speak again. Speaking of leaning on my allies, Foldir,
Yes?
if I am to get into Padstow again, I will not be able to sneak in. I'm not exactly quiet. I would ask if you could lend me your aid in some form.
Well, you are a follower of two deities, not a follower of one. I could lend you my aid, as limited as it might be. Just remember to pray to me, and channel my power through you, and I will aid you.
Thank you.
And you watch as Yain stands up. With that being said, though, as they both turn to stare at the static, I think this meeting for now is adjourned.
And I clack the gavel and I wake up.
As you clack the gavel, you suddenly, like, your eyes jut open and you're staring at the ceiling.
Alright, before I forget the dream, because you know how you forget your dream as the day goes.
Yep.
That's gonna be a long rest, right?
Yes, that would be during the long rest.
Okay, just one moment.
Absolutely.
I would like to cast Commune, however, I want to see if I can commune with Tyr.
All right. So, because of the fact that you were a past follower of Tyr, and because of the fact that you are not a current follower, I would like you to roll me a D100.
Oh, this is my first D100 roll. That's good, 94.
You are as you sit in this room, laying on a bed, you take the time to light up some incense. I assume you are casting the commune spell?
Yes.
You light up some incense and you take up a stance of prayer that you normally would do for, as it was tradition in Savro-Saran, and you just suddenly feel a very chilling sensation go down your back, a chill on your spine. You remember what it felt like to commune with a god, specifically with Tyr before. This is different. Something feels weird. But you do feel a connection, similar to what you have done before. You have 3 questions.
First, I want to start with a statement. I understand you're upset with me. However, do I have your aid?
That cold sensation on your back starts to warm up a little bit. Like a comforting feeling. You normally feel this way when you're wearing your armor, a sense of security.
Do I have your permission to take my revenge on that Arc Cardinal?
You suddenly feel a sensation of, like, it's almost as if a part of your body suddenly starts shaking, but it's not in a sense of like fear, it's in a sense of fury.
I'm gonna take that as a do it. Sorry, I can't remember my other question. I had it in my head.
Need a moment to.
Well, I can't remember what it was at all, but I got another one.
All right.
Do I have your forgiveness?
You feel a sensation of relief. Like kind of the sensation you would if you were to wipe your brow after doing hard work. Like a close call. You feel a sense of relief.
And that would be my commune spell.
Yep. And as the commune spell lays off, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Yep, just 1 second. Wisdom save?
Yes.
I mean, it has a 3 in it, but it's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Perfect. You, like, as the sensation lets go, you suddenly feel a shock to your body. Like someone struck you in the back. Suddenly your vision goes very black. And all of a sudden you start to see visions. You suddenly see the cathedral that you grew up in suddenly set ablaze and black ooze coming out the windows. You see the people that you grew up with, all the people in the city that have passed out that you've been around, bodies littering the streets. And suddenly you see a vision of a very familiar figure dressed in robes, sitting back on what you normally would have seen as the royal seat of power for the Arc Cardinal of Tyr, suddenly coated in blood, and a wicked smile, and a very familiar dark eyes of some of the abyssal creatures you've fought in before, staring back at you. You remain conscious from this situation.
Does it seem like he can...
Does it seem like...
He can see and or hear me?
You get a sensation... Well, you know what? Roll me a religion check.
Religion?
Yes.
Okay. Lots of rolls today.
Indeed.
That's gonna be 16.
With a 16, you would know that you get the sensation he can hear you. Obviously, as a god, he has many followers, and Tyr in particular is a high-end god, so it's particularly hard for him to hear one person at any given time. But gods also have the ability to grant upon visions. And you would know that they typically do that in times of crisis. Something's wrong. very wrong. And seeing those visions in particular, you can only imagine what it is.
Sorry, am I seeing the Arc Cardinal or Tyr?
You are seeing you saw the Arc Cardinal sitting on the throne, the throne coated in blood, and familiar dark abyssal eyes staring back at you.
I'm coming home.
And because you made the wisdom save, you do not fall unconscious from being struck with these visions. So you are fully conscious of the visions you saw, and you are able to note them down as chalk them down as not dreams but visions.
Yeah. I want to get up and see if I can find someone from the Solaires.
Absolutely, but we'll come back to you in a moment.
Certainly.
Garnan.
Oh. Hi.
If you remember where we left off,
I don't.
you walked down a hallway that you didn't know existed inside of the magnificent mansion. And as you followed it for 10, 20, 30 minutes, you came across another door. I asked you if you opened it, and you did. You walked through and see just bright, shining light. You chose to walk towards it, again, feeling like walking a long distance, upwards of an hour.
Oh, right, the Savras shit. I remember now.
And suddenly you felt you felt a sensation and a very familiar voice come across you as you see this ball of bluish energy, bands, these gold bands encircling this energy, covered in eyes, and several wings coming out the back of this creature, staring at you.
Biblically accurate angel, right?
Hello, Garnan. It has been some time.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
We've never met in this way before.
No, you talked to me through a ball.
Indeed. You are looking through. I am looking at you through my own avatar. Encyclius.
Say that again?
Encyclius.
And how you spell that?
I will type it in the chat so you can see it.
I wish I had a specific thing for my notes. I've been just throwing them out.
There you go.
Right.
It has come to my attention that you have been following down this path similar to one of my children, and even accepted her blood to become one. Am I not wrong?
No, you're not.
You have followed these practices and come quite a ways since. You are quite powerful from what I can feel my connection to you.
I didn't do it alone.
Very true. You can tell there's no necessarily emotion coming from this creature? Question mark? But it's almost as if you can feel the emotions coming off of this creature. As if, like, they are empathing it to you through some kind of bond.
Okay.
But I have come on unique circumstances. A warning, if you will.
Oh. Okay.
As you know, the ties of fate can see all. I typically know things that happen one way or another. Fate is a fickle thing that does happen. However, I am failing to see how this story will end. Almost as if fate has not been decided, and that concerns me.
What would you like me to do about it?
It's less of what you can do and more of what I want to tell you.
All right.
I want to warn you of this ever-encroaching darkness that is coming to your world. And if the winds of fate don't line up the way they do, we could see an endless darkness. People, death surrounding them. Survival becoming more important than living. Fate will happen one way or another. But it would be in poor taste for me not to tell the people, anybody who could listen to me, of what could happen. And I wish to aid you, as my daughter will not listen to me.
Aid you, or aid me, how?
I foresee a path for you. Good things and bad. No one's fate is 100% set in stone. And you and your allies have walked many paths, branching in various directions. I worried for all of them, for things that could have happened to them. One of them could have gone insane from all the punishment they've taken. One could have lost One could have lost themselves to the shadows and consumed over his tasks. One could have been swallowed into his insanity. Fortunately, none of these fates have taken them in. For you, Garnan, you are the first one to turn fate 180 degrees. And I would like to do the same and offer you a power I don't normally offer.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
2 fates that I can offer to you. One, I could offer you to become a fighter in my name, and stand before me and speak my name, and I will grant you power. A holy knight, if you will.
So, become a paladin of Severus.
Otherwise, if you've never let go of that rage, that strength that continues to push you forward, but you resent it, pushing it down as a power that only brings you down self-destruction. I would like to offer you an ability to turn that rage into something more beneficial, to rage with my power and become more powerful in my name, rather than using it for self-destruction.
In what way?
In a way that I as the DM, am offering you, the player, the ability to change your subclass, if you wish to, from the path of the Berserker to the path of the Zealot.
Oh, interesting.
You can choose to take neither of these. Heed my warning and move forward. I will continue to watch as fate ever does. But, going forward, I offer these to you. Offer you a chance to see things from the eyes of a higher power. A chance to use your power in a different way. And to stop a fate far worse than any of you mortals could ever handle.
Okay, so for clarification, the first one is multi-classing into Paladin?
Yes, you could technically, what I'm offering, above game, to separate ourselves from this, what I am offering is A. You could choose to try to run the ring circus of having 3 classes, or if you would love to give up your rage, you could choose to become a paladin, and again, this is singly an offer. You could try to dabble in all 3, but if you wanted to give up your rage, and you could turn your barbarian levels into paladin levels. Basically converting them. Otherwise, your third option that I'm offering, you don't have to take any of these. This is simply an offer. You have been resenting your rage. You've used it simply for combat, but it always seems that you're pushing yourself more towards your witch class and your witch abilities. Basically, Savras sees that as a sign that you are taking a path different from what you had originally set out to do. And offering you the ability to put that rage into a power that follows the divine, rather than a rage that only leads to quote-unquote self-destruction. You can choose any of these. You can choose to take none of these. This is simply an option.
Okay, so for the first one, I have a couple questions, and for the second one, I also have a couple questions.
Absolutely.
Number one, for the first one, would I have a homebrew oath?
That would
like
be
oath anger or something.
That would be something we would discuss if you were to choose to go 3 levels into Paladin, because your oath is decided at your 3rd level, not 1st level.
I meant if I were to get rid of barbarian levels, because there's no fucking way I'm going to do 3 classes.
Yep, which makes sense. Which makes sense. I simply put that down. You didn't better say, but I was recommending that I was hinting at, like, if you were going to go this path, you could choose to give up your barbarian classes and put them into paladin. You could choose to take any of the paladin oaths as long as they see fit in the books, or if you would like to, I do have a paladin subclass that I've been toying with. That would be essentially an Oath of Fate paladin.
Okay, tell you what. Garnan is going to say, do I have to make this decision now?
No. As you grow in power, with you and your allies, this option will be afforded to you. But I warn you, Garnan, if you choose to cross me, or be tempted by the darkness, these options will be lost to you. But as long as you continue to aid my daughter and protect her, this offer stands. For one's power based in rage, I could give it so much more meaning, if that is what you wish.
That is a lot to think about. Huh.
A question that I don't ask often, and a offer fate rarely deals out.
Huh. Damn. Okay.
Basically, Savros is giving you the option for you to become a champion of her.
Yeah.
Whether you choose to keep the barbarian viewpoint or the paladin viewpoint.
So,
Or you could choose to just ignore it altogether. That's up to you.
for one, Tiny did point something out. I only have 10 charisma.
This is true. But I say, this would be a custom situation. Just trust me on that. But I say, this wouldn't be your traditional path. This would be technically still following the paladin's path, quote unquote, but with a few tweaks, similar for what I have done for Stray as a warlock.
Right.
But I say, this would not be your stereotypical. This is an option.
How would the bonus action attack work? Because that's something I use quite frequently, being one of the main damage dealers.
If you were to go down my oath, the one I have set up for the Oath of Fate, it shouldn't hinder you. You should still have the ability to use 3 attacks. But
Okay.
if you were to say, but at the same time, with the Path of the Berserker, you tend to run into a lot of difficulties and problems. So I threw out the offer as a follower. If you choose to follow Sapros, again, you guys can choose. You could choose not to. You could tell me to fuck off, follow down your path the way you've been doing. Or, if you wanted to take the path of the Zealot and walk away from the path of the Berserker, you could. Basically giving Garnan a new reason to rage rather than the path he's chosen before. Again, these are simply options, and you can think about these.
So, my original idea for Garnan was obviously for him to redeem himself and become good. I always thought he was going to become a paladin, but he didn't because of the witch. I think now he might just become a paladin.
That is your decision to make.
I think I would like to speak with Alosa and get her opinion on this as well. If not the rest of the party, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Your allies are entwined in my web, as mortals would say. They all have their own fates and their own visions. If they ever wish to know more about their fate, perhaps you can be a boon to them. But be warned, Garnan. I don't make this offer for everyone. Push it off for too long, and I may try to find someone else to follow my path.
Oh, I fully understand.
But you hold high potential, and I'd love to see where you could go with this power. As long as you hold it in good hands. And you watch as the room starts to get brighter and brighter. And one last thing. A message, if you would not mind carrying on, to one of your allies.
Of course. Who?
Your ally, Blue.
Oh.
I wish for you to tell him to follow the song in his heart. Fate has interesting strings to play.
Okay, say that again?
Basically, her comment is to follow the song in his heart, for fate has many strings to play. That is the message she wants you to pass on to your ally Blue.
In that case, he is going to leave the room.
Alright.
And go to Blues.
Alright. Well, as you walk out, the light basically starts to dissipate, and suddenly as you walk out of the hallway, you turn, there's just a wall. And as you turn again, you find yourself back in the main entrance hall of the magnificent mansion. Took you like a minute or two to walk here, in comparison to the essentially 2 to 3 hours of walking you took to get there.
What was the point of making me walk all that way?
Fate is fickle.
He's gonna go to Blue real quick.
All right.
Just saw
So
someone.
go ahead.
I just saw someone accidentally join the chat, the game chat.
Did someone?
Yeah,
I did not notice at all.
I think that person that just joined the server was gonna try to come in and screw with us, but realized that we have this separated.
Yep.
Okay.
If this isn't before long rest, Blue wouldn't wake up. Or after long rest.
I would say these visions and dreams that stood for Belwraith and Garnan would, and similarly, as being in an alternate realm does differ the time.
Makes time go faster.
Exactly. So Garnan,
Uh,
as Garnan would return, there would be a lot more people awake at that point.
What?
Yes.
I was gonna do the sending before Blue
Absolutely.
went to bed, but we ended too quickly.
Absolutely.
Can I do that now?
Yes, go right ahead. As Garnan is making his way to you, about to say before you rested, you wanted to send the message.
I'm on 3rd level, so who wants to do the sending?
Okay. So one use of sending, and who are you sending it to?
I'm gonna be dumb and use the stone that Kevlar gave me to cast Death Ward, and then cast Sending to Vector.
Okay. So immediately, as you are attuned to the Ion Stone, you clench it in your fist. You mutter the incantations, and you watch as this purplish writing starts to go up your arm, and as it goes up your arm, it fades away. You would again, it's similar to the sensation of wearing the Death Ward ring.
Okay, I'm gonna cast the message to Vector.
All right.
I need it.
And what would you like to say?
Vector the Valiant, the king is dead, put down like a dog. I know he wronged you terribly, and he deserved what came.
He deserved what came
To him.
to him. Okay. That is, as far as I understand, 18 words?
I know you're not evil. Just wronged.
All right. I would like you to roll me a D100.
Oh yeah, because he's on another plane.
Yeah. Another plan.
So it's really unlikely it's gonna go through.
I'm about to say, it's not too bad of a percentage when it comes to sending.
What's the chance again?
Technically, isn't it like 2 other planes?
There's a 5% chance it will falter.
Oh, only 5%.
57.
But I say you are fine. Yes, if you look up the sending spell in the player's handbook, if you were to cast sending to an alternate plane, there is a 5% chance. And I mean, I would
just
Those are pretty good odds.
I still like to fluctuate it a little bit depending on which realm you're on. Like if you were to cast sending to someone who's on the realm of Hades, you would have like a 40% chance of success because it's literally screeching winds and literal insanity surrounding you. So it'd be like a 40% chance of success. But because he is the realm that he chose to, the realm that he's on currently is not in turmoil, not in chaos as far as anyone knows.
I'll be right back.
Absolutely. So
Here's a quick question. Just one that I just popped into my head. You were sending a message to like the Feywild
yeah.
magic weirdness. Would it lower the chance or raise it?
It would, if you were to cast sending into the Feywild or out, you would actually have a 25% chance of it going through, solely because the Feywild is literally a construction of wild magic.
Yeah.
Time is weird in the Feywild.
It is, and the realm itself is literally made of unkept, untamed magic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because, like, it could either boost it or scramble it.
There.
Exactly. Magic is very screwy
And
in
then
the
back
Feywild.
that way.
Welcome back.
I got a 57.
57. That is a success. As you feel the message falter from your fall from your mouth and essentially fall away. Hours go by as you sleep and you rest. You do get a response,
Oh.
and a response only Blue hears. Justice above all else. Regardless of the situation, a great evil has been vanquished. No one is beyond redemption, except for me. And that is where the message ends.
Tough.
I mean, he would know that an ancient dragon isn't redeemable.
True.
Eh, not
Just
his
a thought.
eyes.
Well, and I guess there could be the whole transfer.
That was
I mean,
adorable.
a change alignment, but yeah.
But either way, Blue can take that for what it is and for what he will. That is the message he has been given. But as your guys' long rest comes to an end, and you're all getting up and getting your gear back on, Garnan, you were racing and on your way to see Blue.
One sec.
Mm-hmm.
Blue's just gonna take that as a thank you.
Hey, that is, again, you as a player, that is up to you to determine what that means. I give you guys options and paths and words. What you guys take it for is up to you.
I'm ready.
All right.
Hey, Blue, you mind if we, have a conversation?
Yeah. What do you need to talk about?
You know how...
Oh, I got smacked. Oh, why would you do that?
Oh, hold on. Garnet, roll perception. For me, real quick.
I don't have my dice on me, so I'm just gonna use Avray.
Okay.
I'm too lazy to get up.
Fair.
Perception? That would be a 12.
It's good enough. Underneath his mask, you see a bit of a glow.
Indeed. Which, speaking of Blue, your eyes hurt like hell this morning. Like they sting, like as if you were like crying or something, and like the corners start to kind of like puff up a little bit. It kind of starts to fade, but it's still weird. It's such a strange sensation.
First, it was like he got poked in the eyes, but now it's just lingering pain.
He's going to choose to ignore it.
Just like no, it's
That's
normal. I'm seeing
good.
things.
Peter.
You just talk to God. You just think.
Whoa! Hold on.
Savras spoke.
Who's that?
The god that oversees Alosa's family.
Oh,
The god of fate.
you say you were gonna die?
No. She offered me something, but that's not why I'm here. She had a message for you.
That's weird.
Follow the song in your heart, for fate has many strings to play.
Every time I hear guts speak, sometimes they just sound like they're. I don't know what they're smoking.
I don't know. However, Garnet's just going to tell Blue in a way that makes sense that she offered for him to either be a zealot or straight up paladin.
All right. Basically, to choose to either give up your rage in a more righteous pursuit, or to use
Yeah.
that rage in the favor of the divine rather than a path of destruction.
So you know what I mean out of game and in game. I just
Yeah.
don't exactly know how
Just-
to word.
Just time skipping it.
No, I just want to word it, so I'm going with it.
Okay. Blue thinks for a bit. The entire reason you raged in the first place was because of Ezrin, right?
Yeah.
You saw Ezrin and didn't attack him. I think you should start going towards Paladin. Be
Yeah.
divine rather than just swallowed by anger.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Thanks for the input.
Yeah, can't have you throwing yourself at Ezrin.
He is my brother. Garnet walks out.
All right. And while that's going on, Belwraith.
No.
No. Oh, okay. Belwraith. Bye, guys. No. You have gotten up. Do you choose to put your armor on and everything, and then go find people, or are you?
Yes, it will.
All right. So you take the time. You get your armor on. You have your equipment. You just kind of double check all your stuff, and
I'm like packing up.
absolutely,
Like I'm going.
absolutely. Now,
Makes sense for him.
now my question for you is: do you approach anyone to talk to anyone? Are you trying to get the group together?
I'm not trying to get the group together. The
Oh,
layers, whoever is the first I see.
Okay. Let me roll.
okay.
Let me roll something real quick.
Garnet is going to start heading over to Alosa while you're. I'm just saying that while you do that.
Okie dokie.
I'm just
Interesting.
gonna go try and wash his face.
Kazir, with your passive perception, you watch as you see Belwraith walk out, fully dressed, strapped. He looks like he's like ready to go.
all right. Kazir will rapidly approach Belwraith and go, "Hey, don't do anything." Hold on, let me get into character. Don't do anything too foolish. If you're going someplace, probably best to have the party with you.
I need to go home, and I cannot wait for them. We can meet up down the road if you like, if that party decides. However, I need to go to Padstow.
A stitch in time saves 9. If you wait just 10 minutes, probably even.
I don't have that time.
No time for breakfast. Fuck that shit.
Is he seriously just going? Not
Yeah, he's
at-
going.
Oh.
This is unlike your character. He loves his family.
Well, I mean, fair, but still.
Hey, joke from you. It's just his dad.
So he's going now.
All right. Kazir's like, all right, I'll make sure to get the gang together as fast as I can. Is there-
He'll,
What?
He'll nod to Kazir and find Dathana and Godric.
All right.
Kazir goes to round up the crew
All right.
and
So
explain that.
you just like full on like.
Belwraith, yes. Using his his speed.
Yeah, I would say with your cat-like agility and the fact that you're a high-level rogue, you can get around pretty quickly and pretty easily. No checks.
Especially when it's like just a room.
Exactly. Like you would have gotten dressed and armored way before Belwraith because of the fact that it takes a while to get into armor.
Yeah.
So you would have already had all your gear and everything. So running to find someone doesn't take you very long. I would even argue to say, like, as Belwraith is going down to where the exit to the mansion is, you could probably get to where the mainstream of your group of friends are.
All right, cool. Kazir kind of like approaches whoever he finds first, giving them lowdown and
I would say
working to get the whole group together. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I would say because of the fact that Garnan walked off and is also like a man on a mission, you would have probably found Blue as on his way down to like
Wash his eyes.
Yeah, wash his eyes.
Fair.
So yeah, you watch as Blue seems to be moving with some pep in his step, but not like running or anything like that. I'd assume.
Makes sense.
No, he isn't.
Kazir kind of dashes up to Blue. We gotta get going. We gotta get going. Belwraith is determined to do his thing now.
Is he just gonna walk there?
Apparently so. Kind of shrug as he seems in a hurry to make sure he gets the whole group. So he kind of like not wanting to be rude, but
races to collect everyone.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we gotta go.
Kinda,
Come on.
Yeah.
Blue's
Because he
gonna
knows
just-
that Belwraith is gonna get himself killed if he goes alone.
Blue's just gonna run to find Belwraith.
All right.
Stop him.
Come on, Belwraith is an immortal god.
Yeah.
Bad.
Well, true, but I mean, even immortal gods have trouble. I mean, he's got two stuck in his head who need his help.
If an angel.
He could kick the shit out of Kratos. Like it's
Overconfident
no.
much?
nah, just cast darkness and he can't see. Like
I think Blue could fight the Wraith. It wouldn't be
I
a good
think you're-
fight. If you could fight.
did you take Devil's Sight or the
Joke's
magic
on you,
side?
I have counterspell.
Can you? Oh yeah, you can counterspell anything.
It's true. But I say, I mean, like, to be fair, I would say, in the time straight to, cause you're in there again, buddy, dude, you should leave, you should leave. Here's a plane ticket, fly back to here, okay? That is to say, but because you're in the time, because it's taking you to let Blue know what's going on, and you're running off to find the others. I would say that Belwraith would be pretty much at the entrance at that point, and Blue you would see as Kevlar kind of looks at Belwraith, going like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
I need to go home.
Well, I mean, you guys literally just survived a abyssal onslaught on the capital of Atharia. But a lot of places need help right now, and people need to
He
go.
hasn't stopped walking away.
Please don't make me do this.
I need to go home.
And while I won't stand in your way too much, I would hope that you wouldn't be foolish or rash.
And the door vanishes.
This was neither.
All right. Well, in that case, he watches the door opens.
Do I see Dathana or Godric nearby, or did they already leave?
You would know that based on the last conversation you had with them, they intended to stay for a bit to figure stuff
Well,
out.
that's good.
To figure stuff out, especially since the king was killed.
Right, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Not that the king was killed, that they were gonna stick around.
Yeah, it's just that go ahead.
Plus, we should get, Sean.
Sean,
Yeah.
Sean.
Sean.
He's kind of the Baron over that area, so we should probably get him.
No, fuck that guy. We're going. I'm heading out the door. Like
All right.
he's going.
All right. Well, you're back. You are now in the courtyard, courtyard of the castle. Currently looking at all the various guards that are now in an influx here. There's a lot of people. It's actually kind of hard to move around.
He is still walking. Like he's going.
All right.
Hey, just rinse and repeat this process.
Blue, it doesn't take you very long to follow the path, considering the fact that Kazir literally told you he's leaving, and by the time you get to the door, you would see that Kevlar is there and going, "You about to run out the door too, in a careless fashion?"
I need to go get him back.
Hmm.
He does this.
Good luck, Blue. About to say he seems like a man on the mission.
Yeah. Here. He's gonna hand Kevlar another sending stone.
He
Give
can't.
this to the queen. We need to talk.
Absolutely. I will pass this on to her as soon as possible. She is quite busy at the moment.
Yeah. Blue's gonna run whole 90 feet after.
Which with your speed, regardless if Belwraith is dashing, Blue can catch up to you.
Yeah, no, he's not dashing.
Yeah, so literally as Belwraith is very calmly walking through the crowd of people, Blue, you come out, you can see him walking amongst the crowd, which, by the way, again, just like I mentioned with Wanderer, there is a lot of people, like, moving around. Like, the guards are now very actively going through, and you would notice that the secret path near the door, like, near the wall, is being heavily guarded. But yeah, it takes you no time at all to catch up with Belwraith, especially if you choose to dash.
90 feet.
Yeah, 90 feet, you literally... You're right next to him.
Belwraith!
Young Master Ward, how can I help you?
Where the fuck are you going?
I need to go home.
I get that. But why did you not ask anyone?
I do not need your permission to go home.
It wasn't asking permission, it was asking for help.
I don't have the time. They need me now.
Yeah, we were going that direction anyways. Just slow down. We'll get Sean. We'll get horses. It'll be much faster.
I'll meet you at the gate then. You'll catch up.
God, you're gonna make me do a lot of running. Okay. Let's do this.
Alright, so I assume while Belwraith is adamantly going towards the front gate of the city, which, by the way, it's going to take you some time. You're literally walking from where the castle is to the gate.
Yeah, like with them now aware, this was one, if they were going to come, the fastest way he could get them to decide, and, like...
Oh no, logic, I knew where you were going, and I know where you're coming from. Logically very smart. Kind of a dick move, but logically smart.
Yeah.
Blue had half a mind to just let you keep walking.
Oh, he didn't stop. He did keep walking.
He won't get far.
I meant just not follow. Period.
Oof.
Yeah. That's kind of annoying.
Belwraith is
yeah.
not a good person. I never said Belwraith is a good person.
I never said Belwraith's a good person.
Next,
He's just
the first short
just-
rest I get, I need to send a message.
Absolutely.
just
So,
aiming for suicide.
so Blue, are you gonna like talk to a guard or something to find out where Baron Sean is?
Yeah.
Well, talking to them, you would fortunately find out Baron Sean is in the castle right now. He is currently discussing things with the Queen. They, in fact, Sean and them have actually requested that the Solaires meet to have a discussion.
Well, we can't do that. We're on a timer now.
Luckily, Belwraith is not a.
He's slow. Okay,
True.
I'm just gonna pull out Sending Stone and phone Bimp. Belrace on the run, heading home, and Sean wants us in the castle. Whatever you're doing now, hurry.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta check something real quick. All right, fair enough. You immediately hear a response from. You said it to Bimp.
Yeah, he has one of his Sending Stones.
All right. Bimp immediately grabs it. It's like, apologies. We because you just told us everything that happened. Is he long gone, or is he?
Nah, he's pretty slow, but you should probably hurry up.
Absolutely. We were just ready to go out. We just need to find Garnan. I think he went off to see Alosa. We'll grab him. We'll grab them real quick. And
AKA Garnan!
aka Garnan.
Yeah.
After all your equipment has been gathered and you walk in and you've had your words with Blue, you see the door that leads to Alosa's room.
He's gonna knock.
You hear a very tired groan go,
It's important.
Come in, come in.
He opens the door.
And you see a very tired looking Alosa. Like,
Did you sleep tonight?
oh, I slept, just never was quite a morning person.
I spoke to your god.
You watch as she immediately pauses and looks to you. I think I'm still asleep. You said you talked to my god? If you remember correctly, I don't exactly worship any god.
Savra. That
The god of fate spoke with you.
yes.
What did she have to say?
I had walked for quite a few hours. A door, the wall that was there in the mansion. It's confusing, but eventually,
You cut out. Wow.
Oh gosh.
Beep. Still beep bop bop.
Someone's committing violent acts against their keyboard.
Well, apparently that was Wanderer.
yeah, I muted it. Am I back now?
Yeah,
Yep.
you are now.
Okay. What did you not hear, or what did you last hear, rather?
The last thing I heard was she commented, like you were commenting that you were walking for a couple hours and it's complicated.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's complicated, but when I got in there, I saw like a big ball of glowing light surrounded by gold bands, and it had like a couple sets of wings.
She is going to roll a religion check with advantage. Oh, I dropped my dice. There we go. All right, that with a 21, her eyes light up really hard. You spoke with Encyclius,
Yeah, that was its name.
the Avatar of Fate.
Yep.
That is... I would normally say you're crazy if it wasn't for the fact that you don't know much about the religion to be able to know about Encyclius. But
Yeah.
yet you described him exactly for what he looks like.
Yeah, Savras spoke to me through that name. Yep.
What did she ask of you?
Oh, she didn't really ask of me anything other than to give a message to Blue, but it was more of an offer, which is what I wanted to talk to you about.
An offer?
He's just gonna do the same thing he did with Blue. Explain it.
Again, either to give up your rage in pursuit of righteousness, or to continue to use your rage, but to consolidate it into a path of divine power rather than in a path of destruction.
Yeah. I think he wants a champion, like Spencer was for Maliki.
True. The difference was with Spencer had no one, and Maliki guided him in a path that would protect him. For you, it seems she wants to guide you down a path to, redemption in a sort?
Yeah?
You definitely have the strength to be a holy knight, for sure.
I spoke with Blue because I was giving him the message first. I asked his opinion. He thinks I should go down the paladin route.
To give up your rage.
With Greg.
Yeah. My rage has always been a means to an end. It only happening because of Ezran. And so now I can look at him and not even go into one.
Are you sure this is what you want, Garnan?
I wanted your opinion.
And you watch as she ponders for a moment. And she is actually going to make a little bit of a roll. A personal roll. Alright then. Your strength, your rage has always been a very powerful weapon for you. Something you've wielded like the weapon you carry on your back. But the difference is, as she points to the ravaged Dragonaut, you can sheath that. It is a weapon you choose to carry, and one that you do not need to wield to be powerful. With your rage, you wield it as a shield that you carry on your back. Something to protect you in times of strife and to push through no matter what. It's not something easily to let go. But if you want to turn yourself into a shield, to protect others and guide them down a good path, I cannot argue or fight you on that decision. Besides, as she kind of looks you up and down, you would look good in a suit of armor.
He's literally wearing armor.
No, she's talking like full-on armor. You're wearing like a breastplate, if I understand correctly?
I think so, yeah. It's a magic
You
breastplate.
look good when I can't see anything but your face.
I don't want to rage anymore.
In that case, why not let the might of a god allow you to smite down those who would stand in evil's way, stand in the way of fate? If that is truly the path you wish, I will support you in what you decide to do.
Thank you. Garnan puts his arm on her and then pulls out the Orb of Savras from his bag.
All right. And as you clutch it in your hand, let's throw a little bit of flavor on this. And I'm asking this one final time. Are you sure you want to do this, Walf?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Turning into a paladin.
All right.
This will be.
So, Garnan, as you hold the orb of Savarus in your hand, you see that familiar light, the familiar warmth in those eyes. You clutch it, and you take breaths, and you start to mutter words. Words you don't recall learning. You suddenly start speaking in a celestial tone. And as you do, your hand starts to clutch the orb more and more until you smash it in between your fingers. Suddenly, you feel this reddish hue come off of your hand into the orb. Just what is left of your what's left of it in your fist. And you suddenly feel a weight off of your shoulders. And you feel almost as if a push of support. A push of defense. And you suddenly feel that pain in your back that you've been feeling for quite some time start to branch out. And it feels almost as if you could fly. As you have given up your path of rage, your path of the berserker, and your barbarian status, and you suddenly feel more ready to face on what stands before you, as no person could escape your sight, and if any evil were to stand in your way, they should fear now more than they have ever have before. As you rise up as a level 6 paladin.
And a
Yeah. And we will discuss the specifics of your oath later, whether you decide to choose Oath of Redemption or choose to take down a path that I've created.
Guys, Garnan is no longer a bitch.
He's a pitch.
He's a pitch now. Have you heard the good word of Savros? And as
get on mute, Belray.
And as this happens, you watch as Alosa just looks at you, and there seems to be a smile on her face as she looks at you, and suddenly the door opens up and you see a Kazir very out of breath.
Belray's leaving! We gotta go fast!
What?
Wait,
Belray leaving?
Belraith is leaving? Where is he going?
Home! He... Forgive me for not trying to do the voice.
No,
I just
it's
can't
okay.
do his
You're
voice
it's in character. He's out of breath. It's all very like ah!
Yeah. I don't really know the full story. All I know is he's determined to go now. Going home.
Well, in that case, we better round everyone up.
I've already on it. Told most of the party.
All right. So, Garnan, you watch as Alosa grabs her gear real quick, and she starts to run out the door.
Garnan.
I was about to say, she has your hand. Do you choose to follow her?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
His ear follows.
All right. So as you guys run, as the rest of the Solaris gathered together, and they're all running out the door, you see as Kevlar is like, "Whoa, oh, okay, all right, don't let me stand. Okay, all right, later, bye."
We'll be back.
No.
Don't forget to unmute Belray.
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
I've been trying to remind you a few times, but yeah.
But
I heard you the first time you said it, and then after that, I was way too focused on.
Oh, one ear out the other. I get what
You know what's more funny than
oh,
I'm
Then
sorry. I had to
Also-
laugh at
Also,
Server deafening people.
that.
I didn't.
Ooh.
that's
Wait, you mean
no-
you didn't hear any of that either?
No, I heard all of it.
Oh, okay.
also,
But server deafen. Sorry.
no,
Server deafening people, it doesn't also mute them.
You can hear them, but they can't hear
Oh.
you.
I've had it where I just server deafened someone as a funny joke, and they didn't even realize.
They kept talking.
Also, by the way, Twin Tail Audios. If you that would depend on what you're offering, and of course you could always DM me or message me. But I say I have multiple platforms, so
Probably just a bot.
it would depend on what you're offering.
What's
Go ahead.
Blue's gonna pull up the sending stone while heading
Oh.
up and call Bimp again.
Okay.
You guys catch up to Belwraith, make sure he's okay. I'll go. And the Queen and have a sending stone so where you can hear and involve in the conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As he watches, she kind of leans back to you guys as Knackle picks her up. We're apparently supposed to catch up with Belwraith. Blue is gonna let us know what's going on. We also gotta have a discussion at the end of this, by the way. I wasn't expecting us to run this fast.
There? Me neither. Because you're panting practically out
I've
of breath.
got news for all of you, and I can say it. Fuck. That was a.
All right.
Joke.
So as you guys, I assume the main party is running after Belwraith, who is still trying to make his way to the gate.
He doesn't actually expect to make it all
Yep.
till before they catch up to him, but that's the goal.
Absolutely. But Blue. So you decide to head towards the castle.
Are there a lot of stairs?
There's a decent amount of stairs. It's time you got your leg day in.
Yeah, just like the last 2 days.
Pretty much.
Okay, stairs. He has taken off his mask and his eyes hurt. Didn't get to clean his eyes out.
You just take the time to like take a cloth or something to wipe your eyes real quick. All right.
Gonna take a cloth, try and wash him out a bit as he's walking.
Excuse me. So as you run up the stairs and you're taking the time to wipe your eyes, normally for shits and giggles I'd make you roll, but because you have 3 levels in Rogue, I would say you'd be able to do this, no problem.
I'm good at multitasking.
Exactly. It doesn't take you as long as you think to get up to to get up the castle. You do have to talk with some guards, and basically you explain like, hey, the Baron wanted to speak to us, like I'm speaking in behalf of the Solaris, so on and so forth. No rolls necessary because people know who you guys are, because of the fact that the guards would know you because you've attended the party, and showing who you are and like telling them who you are, pretty easy for you to get where you're going.
I'm the only handsome guy with blue hair.
You're the only guy with blue hair, period.
That isn't dyed.
True.
Okay.
And as you walk into a room, as you are led to a private chamber, you see a few familiar figures. One, you see the familiar figure of Baron Sean, whom you met the other day dealing with the demons. You see the familiar face of Lord Marklehay, a paladin of the Matron of Feathers. And you see the Queen.
Fluff.
And then you see the Queen. You see her hair kind of tied back and hidden away with her crown on top of her head. Staring at you as you walk in.
This is points where you're like, oh, is Blue actually gay? Because you're about to be able to fuck a queen.
Speaking of,
Why
Why was wiggle room?
so many stairs?
well, you can't hardly expect royalty and nobles to stay in shape if I don't make them walk.
True.
You watch as Lord Marglehay approaches you and extends out a hand. Good to see you, my boy.
Blue's gonna shake his hand. Been a bit drastic since the party. By the way, is there some in my eye? They burn.
You watch as he looks in your eyes and he kind of looks at you like, well, hold on. And you watch as he reaches into one of his pouches and he pulls out a mirror. Not a big mirror, like a small mirror. You'd assume it's probably a spell component. And he shows it to you. Like, shows you yourself, and you see your eyes glowing back at you.
Oh. Dang, I'm hot. Okay.
That's quite the reaction. All right then. We were just discussing you and your allies.
Okay. I am the only one who's able to show. The others are going after Belwraith. He's heading to Petstow as soon as he can.
As we speak.
Yeah, Baron Sean.
As we speak.
Baron Sean looks at you and goes, "No, you're talking Belwraith, the former member of the Cathedral of Savos."
Yeah. Cathedral of Tyr, whatever they worship.
Yes, it is a church to Tyr, but it's its proper name, the Cathedral of Savos.
Yeah. Whatever's happening in that cathedral, okay, look, something dumb's going on over there. We have two of your people and Belwraith, and apparently Belwraith got something that there is some bad stuff on right now.
Well, to be honest, your Cardinal Godric and Cardinal Dethana were mentioning the fact that they thought I was dead. That is quite the revelation, considering my feelings towards the Archdinal as they stand, now being worse. Go on.
Apparently, according to all I've heard from Belwraith, yeah, he sucks. Again, we've had people who are sent there who have kind of been, put in dungeons and stuff, to the point that if we try and contact them, we get put under the gaze.
Oh? That is quite, intriguing.
Hold on. Blue's gonna pick up his stone that's with Bimp. Bimp.
Yes?
Can you give the stone to Kazir and have him chase after Belwraith? Belwraith wasn't really running, so he should be able to catch up. Fast.
Sure, but Kazir is running for... Hold on! Kazir!
Kazir runs up to Bimp like, God, what's wrong with this thing?
Apparently Blue wants you to take this stone and go towards where Belwraith is. As quickly as possible.
He kind of groans as he takes it. Alright, I'll do this.
Alright, as you start running down the stairs.
He uses his full speed to catch up to Belwraith.
Oh, alright. So using your feline agility.
Ooh,
You just...
did it go mute?
Yeah, no, you can't. We heard you.
Just making sure.
I just like to imagine Kazir's like, oh, fuck, and like takes the runner stance and just Sean!
Because
He's
he
getting
was
his
doing
steps in
actual suicides right now.
Falling away.
Yeah,
Those.
exactly.
I don't hear her say, I don't know.
I've watched ROTC have to do suicides. I don't want to do that.
Gotta say-
Fair.
But, Blue, you watch as Sean kind of gives you a look. Well, I mean, I did request him to head out that way. When with the missive I gave him, it means that anybody who questions him will come with official business.
Yeah, you gave him orders, but I think there's something a bit more deep than just your orders, because he went out fast, saying something about his family's in danger.
Hmm. That is quite troublesome. Will you all be heading that way?
Yeah, they're heading that way right now. I can catch up though.
Absolutely. In that case, then, if there's anything we can do to help you, please let us know.
Okay. Do you have anyone you know that you brought that would have connection to the main city in that region that could cast sending?
Are you looking for approval? Is that someone to expect you?
Either someone to expect us, or someone to start getting people ready in case something bad goes down there.
Give me a moment.
'Cause-
I do have an agent inside of Padstow, so give me a moment.
Okay.
And you watch as Sean puts his reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out a string that he stretches between both of his hands, mutters some words under his breath, which you recognize immediately as the sending spell.
Yeah, he uses it a lot.
And as you watch he cast it, suddenly the string turns into this purplish color. And as he starts talking, you watch as the string starts to move as if it's like a wave line of when someone's speaking into audio. Tiana, this is Sean. Have some agents of mine heading towards the city. They should reach there within the next fortnight or so. Be on the lookout for a man with blue hair. Official business. And you watch as the wave line stiffens. And you watch as it suddenly moves again. But you don't hear anything. As the message is being put into his head.
Little whisper in the ear.
All right. As you enter to the city, look for a Miss Tiana Greenheart. She is a head of the church of Palor in that area. A very good friend of mine. And someone who makes sure I'm still in the loop.
Good. Yeah. I wonder how your people feel when they find out that apparently you're supposed to be dead.
Well, considering the fact that nobody else in my barony believes I'm dead, no one from Snowbush, no one from Auckley, Skystead, or Demarle, or Doveport think I'm dead, means that it's just Padstow. And why they would think I'm dead and wholeheartedly believe it, I have no idea.
Well, it is their cardinal. Archcardinal. So, yeah.
Something wicked is afoot.
well, yeah. probably something to do with all the crazy stuff around here. Anyways, I don't have much time. Queen,
Yes.
I was meaning to talk to you about something, but the other day, but I didn't exactly have enough time then. So I'd like to suggest it now.
Well, that's funny. There's something I wish to discuss with you as well. Baron Sean and Lord Marcohay, would you mind giving us the room? Absolutely, Your Highness. We will be outside. As you watch as they leave the room, leaving only just the two of you.
Alright. You first.
All right, and you watch as the door closes, she looks at you. You know, I'd like to think that it was fate that brought us together. I never thought I would see someone like you. And it's scary to see, but also warms my heart.
What do you mean, someone like me?
First things first, some bad news. I regret to inform you that one of the casualties found inside of the castle, you probably known him as a Lord Salvador, of a business owner here, and your legal guardian?
Wait. He died?
Unfortunately. And we unfortunately weren't able to get to him in time. He met his fate somewhere in the castle that he wasn't supposed to be in.
Where was he?
He apparently went down into the Judgment Hall. No idea why, exactly. But, we found him with his chest slashed open. The woman who found him, was unable to save him from his death. His wounds were too grave.
Dang.
But that news aside, we have something a bit more complicated to discuss.
Yeah.
When last we spoke, you said to me that you wish to see the rule of this country change.
Yes.
I have an offer and a proposal that I have to my people.
I have one myself. Let's hear your.
Well, I took the lead in this conversation. What would you suggest I do?
Blue closes his eyes. In my time living in Westray, my time going around the country of Atharia, and my time as a lore bard studying the history, Blue's going to open his eyes, looking at her. I don't think this type of society. I don't think one king making the decisions is a good idea.
So you wish for more of a grand council, if you will.
Yes. If there is a council of people from all over Atharia that know its people, know the areas, it would be so much easier.
I see. So you're speaking more of the barons, or representatives, if you will.
Representatives, voice of the people, voice of churches. I had a small idea, if you'd hear me out.
Go on. We have the time.
We do. Okay. You are a person that everyone in this kingdom trusts. Which means you should be the head voice of the kingdom. North part,
As a
east.
as one of the only two living members of the royal family, it would be very fitting for me to continue my rule. But I see your point. Continue.
Kevlar, the bard, will be, if he wants, a voice of reason. He doesn't really like serious stuff, but he can come in whenever there's an impasse. Plus, he can jot down notes about the sessions you guys hold.
Well, he is quite the charmer, that's for sure.
If allowed, since I've traveled all throughout Tharia, I would like to be the voice of the people. I've gotten to know as many as I can around. I've made tons of friends.
Oh,
I can call them up if they have issues. I would like to be the voice of the general population.
I see. If that is the case... Roll a persuasion check.
Alright. That would be a 31.
You watch as a smile comes to her face as she kind of nods her head. I would believe that most of whom you speak of are apt and good people to have on a council. Most of those are ones that I have thought about making my representatives. I was nervous to ask you, as you are someone who seems to be on the go, but at the same time, having someone who is just with the people would make you quite the representative.
It wasn't the plan of staying here. I will keep traveling with my party. But I will have a sending stone. And when we can, it will take probably a while due to how messed up things have been.
Indeed. I will be talking...
Eventually, we will be able to... Eventually, we'll be able to make a sending stone with one given to every person in the chain. That way, we can all have the say without having to all convene as one.
Indeed. That is quite the statement to be made. You know, if your life were different, you would have made quite the politician, you know.
Well, once I finally finish the Broken Skulls junk, that was kind of my plan.
To join...
Kinda grew up in the West Stray that was under the rule of those kings.
Indeed, in the rule of a terrible king, you were born, and in the rule of a terrible king, you lived.
But in the rule of a terrible king, I will die.
But under this would give you an opportunity. Before this meeting is adjourned, though, there is one thing I will offer, and one thing I must tell you. My offer to you is if you complete what you're doing, and you do take care of this broken skull threat, I will gladly give you a position on a council of my choosing, as a speaker of the people. If you can keep your word, of course.
I don't plan on dying or changing to their side anytime soon.
And the other thing, the moment I met you, Blue, I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared of you.
Scared of me?
Yes.
Huh.
Scared
What
for
gave-
scared for you.
Oh.
You have your mother's hair, you know that, right?
I haven't really seen much of her in the past decades.
No, Blue. You have your birth mother's hair.
What?
And you watch as she pulls the rag that was covering her hair, and you see a very familiar hair color. A shining blue.
Holy shit! And I just realized I said that to the wrong chat.
No.
Well, that's interesting. Huh.
Now I can finally say goodnight, sweet prince, and it's accurate.
Holy!
Before anybody asks, this was literally Tiny gave me a backstory with so little detail and basically told me to go nuts. This was planned from the very beginning.
Nuts you went.
I told you this cat sucked, but I didn't tell anything about it. as
Why?
well.
And you never told me why they sucked.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a little bit.
You just explained to me that they were awful people and you wanted me to make them awful people.
Well, I mean, his adopted mother wasn't that awful, but
No, his adopted mom was just fine. But
Yeah.
probably some cross feelings about her dad randomly her husband coming home with a baby.
Does this mean a black dragon?
there.
Yes.
Oh,
Before
wait, what?
before you get this cross,
Tiny, you are Jon Snow.
before you get this cross, little brother,
What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh,
well,
technically he is
oh
king.
shit. Oh shit, you just got him. Oh, shit, you just
Oh.
Skywalkered him. Holy shit.
Oh.
I'm gonna marry the queen, he says. Good luck with that one now. Well, actually, historically, not that unrealistic. So yeah, you can still marry the queen. Go for it, buddy. Shoot your shot.
Wow.
Wait,
Well, I see you have many questions, but weren't you in a rush?
okay, okay. Kevlar has a sending stone for you. I have a few more people to suggest. Just. This isn't the weirdest thing you've seen to this date, Blue. Calm down. Okay.
You can understand why I wet my feeling when I saw you.
Yeah. That must have been interesting. Okay.
Considering there hasn't been a generation with our hair color since our grandfather's rule.
I just kind of figured out that I was magic.
It's a unique trait.
Yeah. Okay. So, the other people that I think should be on the voices are the different barons that we currently have now. Roland and Victoria, who are incredibly powerful and smart. They'd mostly be advisors because they don't really like sitting in one place. And one that I doubt you'd want, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
One that you're gonna say anyways.
The Uduruk.
She gives you a look. You're talking about one of the leaders of the. One of the leaders.
One of the leaders of the Empire. Yes.
You're asking a very tall favor of me.
The Empire that was supposed to go on has fallen. The Uduruk and Zedaruk have left because the Tunaruk was killed and taken over by the Broken Skulls. Uduruk and Zedaruk just wished for equal rights for the monsters. They wished for no slavery, stuff like that. I'd wish for the Uduruk to be the voice of those type of races.
This is something that we'll have to take a conversation with the various barons and things that will need to be concreted out. I make no promises, but I will take your word highly and see if I can reach out to this Utoruk.
Okay. Just whenever you want to reach out, just call me through the sending stone that Kevlar gives you. I can call him up with sending
Your dog
anytime.
is loose.
Wait, what?
Tiny is going through a lot of emotional roller coasters.
Yeah, hands down.
My dog.
Both for real life. Your dog is loose. What? Please, your sister. Your dog's loose. Holy shit.
Alright, shut up.
My dog is a dipshit. Is what's the problem? Apparently, he chewed through the line that was holding him. So yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, well, an asshole dog, and also a faulty product that I will not be buying any for again.
Yeah.
Fine.
So where's the dog now?
Hold on one second, guys.
No.
Yeah.
You just want to end this.
So how do you feel about being a prince, Blue?
King. Not prince, king.
Oh yeah, guess so. Why do people keep joining and leaving the server?
They're trying to troll us.
Oh wait. Yeah.
If I had a grumpier character,
Alright.
I don't know.
Sorry about that, guys.
You're fine.
No worries.
Is the dog okay?
Well, he's somewhere. I'm gonna end up finding him pretty quickly.
Oh, so we're gonna leave it on that note, are we?
Well, I will say, for the sake of brevity, you make the recommendations you do, and she takes them in stride and hears you out what you have to say. She is indifferent about the Utoruk, as she has no connection with them whatsoever, and has only had discourse with the Empire. She is willing to hear you out and try, but she promises nothing, as she wishes to meet with him personally. And that will be something that will have to be arranged over time. But she is going to reach out to her contacts to the southwest of Atharia and seek the opinions of the lords of that section of the land. Specifically, to the only city on the Ravaged Path that still has any connection to the to Westray. Makanali, so speaking to Daldir and Golemtis.
It's kind of the only city that still has living people in it.
Well, that's not true.
Other than the
You guys,
Mushroom City.
you guys liberated
Oh, Ilk.
Yeah, you guys liberated Ilk from the Knolls.
Right. I had a really cool moment there.
Yeah.
However, two of the 5 cities are basically wastelands.
And one of them, everyone's just
Like some,
mushrooms.
yeah, one's a wasteland, one's mushrooms, one is the city at Makanali, and the other is where the Empire's headquarters are. But she'll give you the look of, I will hear you out. And one last thing. Don't I would recommend you don't talk about this. Oh, you
That's probably a good decision. Huh.
I just got word that my friends that were downstairs caught my dog for me.
Hooray!
Yay.
I appreciate my friends T-Man, Mac Daddy, Master Universe, and Brick Toaster.
Just remember, beatings build character.
Back.
But would recommend you don't go around talking about this. Especially. Go on.
If I told everyone I was a prince or a king, I would get assassinated within 5 days.
She kind of nods with a pondering look on her face. No, that sounds about right. We will have lots of things to discuss in the future, Blue, but just know you have an ally here in Westray.
While I'm gone, I kind of have some contracts set on like 10 businesses. Can someone make sure that those are doing okay?
I will have a word with some people, and I will get that taken care of, as long as someone here in the city knows which those contracts are.
He's just gonna pull out the contracts.
She takes them from you, and she just, like, looks at you, kind of, like, shakes her head, like, you know, I'm starting to feel like everything they've said about you stirring up trouble is accurate.
Okay. The 10% guy asked for that now.
She just kind of lightly puts her hand on her forehead, like the tips of her fingers on her forehead, and just goes, Blue, just go.
Yeah, okay.
You have a friend to catch up with. Just
I gotta do a lot of running.
be careful.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave those contracts with you.
That is fine. Just
Okay. See you later. She's just gonna zoom.
and you, with the final look of a smirk on her face, as you see the door shut behind you, you race down the stairs, running across the city. Kazir, it doesn't take you long to catch up with Belwraith. I assume you're going to keep pace.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Do you hand him the sending stone?
yeah. Blue asked me to bring you this, panting as he kind of, because he just like sprinted the whole way.
Blue had given the sending stone to Sean so they can have the talk about what Belray saw. And he's
Well,
gonna grab-
Blue,
Absolutely.
well, Kazir didn't hear that part. He just heard, "Hey, Kazir, Blue asked you to
yeah.
take this."
I'm telling
for
Winter.
Yeah, absolutely. You tell Sean that like this stone is to connect to Belwraith.
I was gonna give it to him before they left. That way, while the Queen and him were having the talk, they could talk to Belwraith.
Well, awkward.
Oh,
Well,
Eh.
it would have.
Well,
We'll just say at least for now,
Yeah.
you gave him the sending stone, and now you guys have the ability to talk to him over long distances.
yeah.
fair.
So do you go on?
Yeah, he'll take it.
All right. He handed you the stone, and again I asked just because you just keep pace.
Yeah, he does.
I will say for the sake of brevity, because Wanderer openly admitted Belwraith is not like rushing out of the city, it doesn't take long.
He's not.
Go
He
ahead.
probably wouldn't even be using his full walking speed. It'd probably be 20 or 15
Okay.
if it were going combat actions.
So,
fair.
so I'll say for the sake of brevity, it doesn't. By the time you're on the main walk to get to the gate, the party would be able to catch up to you. And by the time you reach the grandiose gate, like the great hole that is now there, you would have Blue catching up, incredibly out of breath as he ran the entire way to catch up.
You look tired.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we have places to be. Let's keep walking.
Blue keeping this secret of a lifetime.
We gotta meet a person near Pathstow named Tiana.
Do I know them?
Roll a history check with advantage.
I feel like I should. I feel like I should look through my notes. History check. Come on. With advantage.
Yep.
That's gonna be a 22.
22. All right.
Nice.
With a 22, you would know you have met this person before. She is a representative of one of the churches in Padstow that comes up to the Great Cathedral. As you would know that Padstow is primarily Tyr, obviously, as it has the Great Cathedral. The farmers would obviously worship the god of the sun and agriculture, Pelor. So Tiana is a very well respected and loved priest.
I'll be right back.
Absolutely. But is a well respected and loved priest of Padstow.
How old would she be?
She'd be probably early 30s, going probably reaching mid 30s at this point.
So about the same age as Belwraith?
Yeah, roughly.
I think he might be older than her, actually, because he's like in his 40s.
Is he in his 40s? I thought he was a bit younger.
I always ballpark it like 30s, 40s, so
Middle-aged.
yeah,
He's 60 years old. Is what the what?
Yes.
he's knocking on.
Probably like let's just say mid 30s, 35, 36.
Yeah, he'll respond. Good call, but I also have multiple people who I will need to meet as well. They're a good person to start with.
We can meet them all. God.
We will probably not want to meet them all. First,
Okay.
we'll want to learn about them. They may not all enjoy my presence or my return.
Um. I'll be right back. Blue needs to run to the college to get his dogs.
I will say
Oh.
for the sake of brevity, about to say the bards had already gotten your guys' cart up and running again.
Thank God.
They restocked your rations for the horses and plenty of water.
Wait, you mean gave us? Because technically we left our horses at the last city and teleported 3 different times.
Oh, that's true. That is right. Well, he would have given you guys a fresh cart with some new horses, and they would have got you guys there. You would already see your dogs, and you would see a familiar direwolf also hanging out in the side of the cart.
Oh, thank God.
She is crazy.
You just see some of your bard friends kind of look at you and go, "Good luck to you, Blue." But I say, who knows? Maybe there might be some more of you someday.
Don't worry, I'll come back. I refuse to die.
Bold statement.
Spike can do a lot.
We have to go.
We're going. Let's see.
We're going after we speak.
All right. So you guys round yourselves up in the cart, which allows you guys to move a bit faster, so you're not just walking.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Kazir climbs in, panting.
Blue would walk, but he has faster speed than Cart. But he wants a little nap first.
Agreed.
Fair.
So I will say. So I will say. You guys take some time in the cart, rest up a little bit, gather yourselves together.
Before we end this, could Kazir would it be technically communing with Ziggamoid?
Zugget Moy, but I
Yeah,
say,
Talk to the
Ziggamoid.
moss in your arm.
Brain shit.
would you like to try to talk with her?
Yeah. He needs to
yeah.
tell her the name of the lady, which is in my notes, but my brain shitting on me.
Obel.
Belle. We said it at the same time.
Would Kazir like to do that in his sleep? 'Cause Blue has a gem of catnap. So we
does
can
it
just
work
take a
like that?
10-minute nap.
Um,
Does it work like that, Winter?
Are you talking about the spell Catnap?
Blue has a gem of catnap, and if he can talk to Zugget Moy in his sleep, he's gonna use it.
You know what? I'll for funsies, sure.
Right, cool.
as well, before we end the session, I would like to do another brief party meeting.
All right. Well, we'll get to that in a moment.
You want to do that before or after the little break from running around?
I would kind of like to do it now, because it's
Alright.
brief. It is up to you guys, though.
Okay.
Works for
We'll
me.
do it now, and then Blue and Kazir can take a nap. Because they've been running nonstop.
It would make more sense for Belrace to want to talk before everyone took a nap. So yeah,
All
at
right.
least in my opinion. But
Alrighty.
do we still have Garnet?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Firstly, I'd like to apologize for the rush this morning. I figured it was the fastest way to get everyone together and on the road.
Makes sense.
It's fine.
What was up with that?
That's what I'll be getting to. I know I haven't spoken much about my past, but this is something that is very important to me, important enough to deviate from.
Wait, hold on. Is it something to involve with what? Pat stuff?
It is.
I gave a sending stone to Sean. You should have it.
Yes, I
Did you get
do.
activate it so he can hear what's happening.
I will activate it.
All right. As you do, you hear the familiar voice. Yes, Baron Sean.
This is Belwraith. I'm just running a quick briefing on what my plan is.
Hold on a moment. As you watch as you hear him like turn and talk to someone, and suddenly you hear footsteps and then the closing of a door. All right, we are alone. We are alone. Go on.
In my past, about 2 years ago, I, as well as my close friend at the time, one moment,
Azamar.
the Arc Cardinal. I can't remember his name.
And hold on. Oh shit, that might be in my.
I know it's in our DMs. No, not him.
Let me pull up my.
Different one.
Let me pull up my DMs.
You are a DM.
Huh?
What?
I know, right?
You got a DM in the DMs.
It might be in my player notes.
DM.
Nope.
Hold on.
I'm still freaking out a little about the whole
Mm-hmm.
Blue being a king thing.
Well, not necessarily.
Completely
not
understandable.
Not necessarily a king, but there is.
He is in line for being a king.
Yeah, it's pinned. As few of you may know, approximately 2 years ago, I was involved with the Church of Tyr. At the time, I was in line, along with my friend at the time, Jahath Hartroar, to become the Arc Cardinal. In good faith, we gifted each other presents. His being this necklace, and I hold up mine.
That's cursed.
As more of you know, it is a cursed necklace. It houses soul. It's a curse. It does several things. Either way, and he tucks it back in. Either way, it put voices in my head and made me see things which I still hear and see. I confided in my fiance at the time, and she had brought this to the church, which then exiled me from the city and the church itself. Sorry, let me rephrase. For a year and a half, I roamed. About 6 months ago, I met with you. However, recently things have changed. I've come into contact with my sister again, and things have gotten worse. Under Jahath Hartroar as the prime Arc Cardinal in the city, people aren't allowed in or out, as far as I can tell. At least not without permits or passes. And I certainly will not be allowed in. I may need to borrow one of your anti-scrying magic at some point in time. That can be dealt with later.
I can just. I know.
It can be dealt with later.
Okay.
There are prime people who I want to assess and see if they may support our cause or not. These being the Holy Knights and the Cardinals. Each have their own role, have their own benefits, and have their own likelihoods of supporting us. The Holy Knights will be important to get on our side for the people's support, while the Cardinals for the churches. Other questions?
Yeah.
I'll let-
Wait.
What did you say?
Why did... What? I just stopped talking because you said, what did you say?
Oh,
Okay.
you kind of finished it. Great, never mind.
I was just waiting for you to speak. We're too polite. Anyways, why is it so sudden now? Did you see something by your two gods?
That's true. I found out recently, as in last night, that I had a vision that things will become even worse. I saw friends, family dead, and sitting on a throne was Jahav.
You hearing all this, Sean?
Indeed, I am. This is quite...
It's just kind of like nodding, like a little bit unsure what it means all, but like understanding that it's important and that some of it's very bad news.
Why did you only wait until now to tell us?
It was unimportant.
But you could have shared it with the rest of the party sooner.
It was unimportant. They didn't need to know.
You're just so
Until now.
bothering you is important.
I am assigned to you. That is all.
So you don't count me. We'll have that talk later. Right now, we have to go.
Sorry. One quick question, just to fill in these blanks. Of all the characters, who's here? Like, I remember that we talked
Yep.
about
Well,
some of the characters staying behind.
We will be talking about that shortly. You right now, pretty much all the members of the Solaires are with you guys. The whole gang, kit and caboodle.
Okay.
I will address that in a moment.
Okie dokie. Just making sure because, yeah.
I do want to make a bit of an announcement. However, in the coming forever, you're not be seeing me rage anymore. I can't.
All right.
You did the whole
Yeah,
god thing.
I did. I took your advice, took Alosa's. I'm no longer angry or a barbarian. I'm now a paladin of Severus.
Wait.
You just feel
All right, we got more holy people.
you feel a metallic pat on your shoulder. Welcome to the club.
Thanks.
Well, the people we're fighting don't seem to really like radiant damage, and you're gonna. So that's good.
Oh yeah.
I can smite now.
Yep.
That was it.
I could tell that was in character.
It's probably gonna take some getting used to for Garnan, but
Oh,
it's like I'm gonna go into. I'd like to. Oh wait a minute, I can't do that. Oh shit! What do paladins do?
Wait, you don't. Hold on. You don't need your bonus action attack. You can use your bonus action for more smites.
Wait,
Because most smites are a bonus action to cast.
to
If it's might, sure,
to
do it.
to cast other kinds of smites, yes, but for a standard smite, if you
That's
hit,
just automatic.
yeah, if you hit, you could just choose to give up a spell slot to do that.
I'm talking about you can stack
You're not wrong. You can.
bonus action smite your weapon. Then when you actually hit divine smite on top, death.
I'm just curious. How are the for lack of a better term, how are the DMPCs handling this information?
Well, two of them immediately kind of give you a look of like, we can understand that feeling. Two of them were former slaves, and one was born to a family that, well, essentially wanted him killed. So, I mean,
So Car can fill in.
yep. Alosa is giving you a very intense look.
Intense in a good way or a bad
Like,
way?
in a, almost in a sense of, like, whoa.
There.
how do they?
Garnan's thing then.
It's normal.
Well, for you, I'll get to you in a moment. For Bimp and Knackle, Bimp is just kind of nodding, like almost as if she's kind of taking it in, as if like you're spouting facts.
He would kind of recognize the looks on specifically Bim's face, but to not call her out, he says.
Yeah.
I understand that this is something that may be difficult to believe. However, I'm telling nothing but the truth.
No.
Alright, I have.
Go on.
Speak, Bimp.
Bimp just goes, "Oh, I apologize. It's not that I disbelieve you. I'm just taking in the facts as I'm getting them, processing and thinking over the entirety of your situation."
Like good wizards.
Someone with a high intelligence.
Okay. Belwraith,
His eyes go to blue.
if we help you with this, and we help you fight the Art Cardinal, will you finally count us as friends?
You are allies.
Guy.
That's close enough. Let's go save Mary. Let's get hop in the cart.
There.
Mary may be with my family, who, if I remember correctly, will be living on the outskirts, but on a farm.
Yep, on the outskirts, on a farm, near Padstow, but not in.
Good.
Alright.
By the way, wow, to answer your question, Knackle gives you a look of like pride, as he is a follower of a god himself, and seeing somebody
I
find
finally converted him.
seeing salvation in any way, shape, or form for him is amazing. Bimp, similarly to what she did for Belwraith, she's just kind of taking it in and nodding, like I'm taking in everything as you're saying it, basically factoring everything in, as a wizard does. Karik is actually kind of like, oh, all right then. And Philman just has a smile on his face, and he's just kind of nodding.
Are there any other questions?
Why are you glowing?
That'll be because I have two gods in my head constantly, as well as something. It may be a part of a god, or spirit, or the curse.
Who's gonna walk close? Due to the Eldritch Sight, see the orb.
You would see the similar sensation that I've talked about before. You would see that, on Belwraith's body, which if I remember correctly with your Eldritch Sight, you basically... explain to me the definition of your sight.
It's pretty much just permanent detect magic.
You would see that Belwraith has his various magical items on his person, but on the item he wears on his chest, the essentially amulet that's almost embedded into his skin, pretty much is embedded to his skin, you see a very, very odd thing. With most magic, you could see the school, and you could understand it. This has its own school of magic that you do not recognize.
That's weird. Blue still doesn't know that he has to detect magic. His eyes.
Yeah, it's just that your eyes are glowing and you basically see the magic glow of all the items.
What are you doing?
I woke up this morning with my eyes glowing, and everything's just shiny. And covered in magic symbols.
Yeah, I saw that. What's up with that?
I don't know. I just woke up like this, man.
Would I have heard of something like this before? DM.
Roll a religion check.
Religion. That's not bad. 13?
13? You've heard of something like this before. Typically, this happens to people who study the occult and those who study magic that exists beyond their typical understanding. You get a feeling Blue might have started dipping his eyes into magic, a lot of different kinds of magic, and some that is not necessarily the purest. So, thus, you have a feeling he might have gotten an occult-like effect on his body.
Hmm. I think I know about that. I've heard of it before. I think when I was in the Church of Tyr a long time ago, I think someone came in with something similar.
Huh.
Have you been into the occult recently?
I've been reading a lot of books, and we've been dealing with the broken skulls.
Good point. It's likely something known as Eldritch Sight. At least that's what we called it. Do you know of the spell Detect Magic?
Yeah.
It's like that, but permanent.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
There's no cure.
Ah.
Wait, so Blue constantly has detect magic.
So basically, out of game, like above game, Blue has a feat called Eldritch Adept, which Garnan is familiar with.
There's no cure.
And basically, the Eldritch Adept he chose was Eldritch Sight, which means that Blue can cast Detect Magic
right.
as much as he wants.
Cool.
That's like that's what I figured would be the best in-world description.
That is pretty much on par. Like you heard of the ability to detect magic. That about to say this is pretty much the same.
Oh, that makes
It's
sense.
There's no cure. Your eyes will permanently glow.
What? What?
What's
Huh?
So it's the true sight with dong.
Fair.
All of that was lag.
Oh god. All I heard was true sight was dong.
Yeah.
In my notes, in my equipment, do I have the Mask of True Sight with
Oh.
dong?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Why
I think
You have,
Tiny.
you have a mask of true sight that I trophies on.
Accurate.
What am I missing?
I have a cat on my lap.
Yay.
My cat's dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you knew that. Never mind.
Yes, I did.
It was just random.
But either way,
Ye-
you watch as the party just kind of looks at you, but Alosa has not taken her eyes off of you, Belwraith.
He'll just move to the carriage, assuming she'd rather speak in private or something, if at all.
Yes, as you kind of position yourself like in a state of kind of off on the side, she does sit down beside you.
Miss Alosa?
Well, I have a question of what you told us. You said you saw visions.
Mm,
Of things to come or things that have happened?
both, and things that are.
Just wanted to let you know you're not alone. I am a clairvoyant after all. I have seen visions of the future that I did not care to see in myself. And you watch as she just kind of pats you on the shoulder. No, we are here to help you. And we understand your situation. Believe me, I do.
Let me roll something.
All right.
Hmm. He looks over her just briefly, and like she would see just deep in the solid golden eye, like just a soul tiredness,
Mm-hmm.
like to the core that's been there for years.
Let's go kill the Art Cardinal.
Just it's fleeting though. He quickly returns to his stoic self.
Absolutely. And she will just kind of sit, and as you guys ride along, making your way down the road south to Arklay. For now, anyways.
Because they still need to talk to
I know.
It's okay if we need to call it before that. I understand.
But I say, the thing is I would like to start the next session on that. Because there's probably going to be a lot of things to say.
Oh, that's understandable.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting that. It was just
No worries. I completely understand.
Before we end, can I pull out the sending stone that I had a white feather? I had send some people over to Padstow to just scope the area.
Absolutely. I'll say for the sake
Thank you.
I will say for the sake of brevity. For starters, Baron Sean will agree to keep all this hush. There is no reason for him to talk about this, especially because you guys helped so much in the capital. He has no reason to distrust you guys. So he will keep the Belray secret to himself. And he trusts that you guys will handle it as you see fit, but to be careful, essentially. The second...
we're just going to go straight and stab him.
Yeah, the second sake of brevity, for the sake of brevity.
Did I cut out? Oh, no.
No, you're good. For the second sake of brevity, you use the sending stone to talk to Whitefeather. Whitefeather be facetious, as she normally does. But she will agree to try to send an agent to scope out the area and get back to you if she can.
Make sure that she knows there's might be a hags in the area. Just
absolutely,
point, because that's kind of the point to send her there.
Absolutely, she will do so, and she will take this in stride, and caution will be taken.
So we're gonna stop off at the hag's place before getting there, or just gonna completely go past it?
Well, considering the fact that you guys don't necessarily know where the hag lives.
You know the general area.
You know the general area, but Blue would also know that general area is very dangerous.
Dangerous.
I'm gonna.
Wait, I thought the place we had to go with Belrace was the opposite direction of. Yeah, or am I getting mixed up?
You head down to Arklay first, and then you take the road from Arklay to Padstow.
Hold on, let me see. Where is the map pinned?
The map should be pinned. Otherwise, I have the map right here.
It is pinned.
Oh,
okay.
I apologize. Technically, you guys could take a route to the east, directly towards where Padstow is.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to Padstow, east to Padstow from west to right.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Really
I got work in about 9 hours.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're ending now, anyways. So
I was about to say, why don't you let me go ahead and do this little bit? But yeah, you wanted to send an agent to Arklay to check out the area. To my understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not.
We need to go to Arklay.
Well, I mean, you guys could choose to go east and head up north, which is probably the most direct route to Padstow. But you could send if you want to talk to Whitefeathers, you could send an agent to try to find more out about Arklay, and maybe even find out maybe a bit more about this hag situation.
I'll send an agent to Arklay.
Yeah, I would be saying we'd be heading straight to Padstow because of how
dire the situation is.
Belrace and how far it is going almost the opposite direction.
Absolutely. In that case, Whitefeather, because of your guys' history with the Razors, they will gladly send an agent to Arclay, but Whitefeather does kind of give a note of like, we're doing this for you, but just remember we did this for you.
Which is completely understandable. But
Blue just pretty much
make sure to
says
drop
she knows.
make sure to drop a note that who killed the king. I mean, they probably know, but
They heard.
They probably
yeah.
they probably would be very well aware.
yeah, that's
They
fair.
were they were actually her and Symbol were on the line as we killed the king.
Oh yeah,
That is
I
true.
forget about that.
But with that being said, an agent being sent to Arclay to investigate, and Belray's story being out and about now. The party starts to head east, and getting ready to head north to make it to Padstow, to go to the Great Cathedral. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Hooray. Okay, you can disappear now.
I'm probably going to Winter. I'm going to be DMing you like a bunch of like childhood shit for like, well, if you want to
Fill in the
roleplay
blank.
Belraith's parents.
Absolutely.
There also may be a good chance that I can't make it to next session just because of work. If that's the case, in World, we arrived a couple days early, so he's taken those days to spend it with family.
It's going to take a little bit of time to get there either way, so we'll see what
It's gonna
happens.
take,
I do
it's
not
gonna
want
probably take 2 sessions.
travel for the love of God.
What?
I do not want another year of travel for the love of God.
No,
Oh, it won't
no,
be.
no,
We're
no.
not that far away from.
Oh, God, no.
Padstow.
By-
It would probably be 2 or 3 sessions at most.
Yeah, at most.
2 or 3 days.
I would say it would take because you guys are going by horseback, but you're not going full speed. You're riding on a cart. But I say it's still going to take about probably about 3 or 4 days to get there.
Oh, okay, so like 2 sessions. Good
Yeah,
enough.
if you were
One-
going on a full speeded horse, like full speed, no brakes and everything, you could probably get there in a day and a half.
Okay.
If you guys were walking, it would probably take about 10 to 12 days. But on carriage, about 3 to 4 days. But there might be some stopping points that you might have to deal with as you get closer
Yeah.
to Padstow.
which is completely fair.
But that will be things we will discuss going forward. But if you do end up missing a session, better say that is perfectly okay. Better say I feel like Belray's story is gonna come into full view probably in the session after this.
Why did you just pull the carpet out of under my feet?
I don't know because I felt like it. To be fair, if you remember the session that shall not be sessioned, when you guys landed in the water, I commented that her hair like started to drip this brownish liquid.
Oh.
You got her you got her hair
that.
wet, and so the dye was starting to come out.
I forgot. I
Yes,
forgot about that.
I told you that is what you perceived with your really good passive perception.
Terrifying.
This literally tiny. Since the moment we talked about your parents, you were basically like, I want them to be the most terrible people ever, and I'm like, all right, is there a particular reason why? And you're like, give me something, and I'm like, okay.
Figure it out.
And basically, I gave you a reason. The only thing is like my brain had to tell me like, how would Blue not know about this? And it's like, oh, what if it skipped a generation? What if this family trait that would be recognizable hasn't been seen in a couple of generations? Because you commented that your blue hair was very rare, and you couldn't explain it, and even your parents couldn't explain why your hair was blue.
Okay. Winter,
Yes.
I would like to have a conversation with you outside of stream and after they're gone.
Okay. Well,
No problem.
Paladin.
I'm heading out right now. Then
But I say
I-
we will have to make that conversation brief because I do have some stuff I need to take care of before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah, it's fine. I just had a couple questions. I wanted to see what all you could do. But we'll do it.
have a good night, you guys.
Absolutely. But I say before anybody goes, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure you all take care, stay healthy, and most importantly, I hope you all stay